Hello, dear students. You are hearing us on Neet Shala, and this is your host Suyashi Vineet. So, we are back with the second part of cell cycle and cell division. That video got stopped because of some technical issues. Okay, so we are really sorry for that. So, I would start with telophase. At the beginning of the final stage of karyokinesis, that is telophase, the chromosomes that have reached their respective poles decondenses and lose their individuality. The individual chromosomes can no longer be seen, and each set of chromatin material tends to collect at each of the two poles. This stage which shows the following key events. Chromosomes cluster at opposite spindle poles and their identity is lost as discrete elements. Nuclear envelope develops around the chromosome clusters at each pole, forming two daughter nuclei. Nucleolus Golgi complex and endoplasmic reticulum reform. 10.2.5 Cytokinesis. Mitosis accomplishes not only the segregation of duplicated chromosomes into daughter nuclei, karyokinesis, but the cell itself is divided into two daughter cells by the separation of cytoplasm, called cytokinesis, at the end of which cell division gets completed. In an animal cell, this is achieved by the appearance of a furrow in the plasma membrane. The furrow gradually deepens and ultimately joins in the center, dividing the cell cytoplasm into two. Plant cells, however, are enclosed by a relatively inextensible cell wall, therefore they undergo cytokinesis by a different mechanism. In plant cells, a wall formation starts in the center of the cell and grows outward to meet the existing lateral walls. The formation of new cell walls begin with the formation of a simple precursor called the cell plate that represents the middle lamella between the walls of two adjacent cells. At the time of cytoplasmic division, organelles like mitochondria and plastids gets distributed between the two daughter cells. In some organisms, karyokinesis is not followed by cytokinesis, as a result of which multinucleate conditions arise, leading to the formation of syncytium, example, liquid endosperm in coconuts. And now comes the significance of mitosis. Mitosis or equational division is usually restricted to the diploid cells only. However, in some lower plants and in some social insects, haploid cells also divide by mitosis. It is very essential to understand the significance of the division in the life of an organism. Are you aware of the significance of the division of are you aware of some examples where you have studied about haploid and diploid insects? Mitosis usually results in the production of diploid daughter cells with identical genetic complement. The growth of multicellular organism is due to mitosis. Cell growth results in disturbing the ratio between the nucleus and the cytoplasm. It is therefore essential for the cell to divide to restore the nucleocytoplasmic ratio. A very significant contribution of mitosis is cell repair. The cells of the upper layer of the epidermis, cells of the lining of the gut, and blood cells are being constantly replaced. Mitotic divisions in the meristematic tissue, the apical and lateral cambium, result in a continuous growth of plants throughout their life. Meiosis. The production of offspring by sexual reproduction includes the fusion of two gametes, each with a complete haploid set of chromosomes. Gametes are formed from specialized diploid cells. This specialized kind of cell division that reduces the chromosome number by half results in the production of haploid daughter cells. This kind of division is called meiosis. Meiosis ensures the production of haploid phase in the life cycle of sexually reproducing organisms, whereas fertilization restores the diploid phase. We come across meiosis during gametogenesis in plants and animals. This leads to formation of haploid gametes. The key feature of Meiosis are as follows. Meiosis involves two sequential cycles of nuclear cell division called meiosis 1 and meiosis 2, but only a single cycle of DNA replication. Meiosis 1 is initiated after the parental chromosomes have replicated to produce identical sister chromatids at the S phase. Meiosis involves pairing of homologous chromosomes and recombination between non-sister chromatids of homologous chromosomes. 4 haploid cells are formed at the end of meiosis 2. Meiotic events can be grouped under the following phases: prophase 1, prophase, metaphase 1, anaphase 1 and telophase 1 under meiosis 1, and under meiosis 2 prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2 and telophase 2. Next we have is meiosis 1. Meiosis 1. Now prophase 1. Prophase of the first meiotic division is typically longer and more complex when compared to prophase of mitosis. It has been further subdivided into the following 5 phases based on chromosomal behavior, that is leptotene, zygotene, pachydine, diplotene and dikinesis. During leptotene stage, the chromosomes become gradually visible under the light microscope. The compaction of chromosomes continues throughout leptotene. This is followed by the second stage of prophase 1 called zygotene. During this stage, chromosomes start pairing together, and this process of association is called as synapsis. Such paired chromosomes are called homologous chromosomes. Electron micrographs of this stage indicate the chromosome synapsis is accompanied by the formation of complex structure called synaptonemal complex. The complex formed by a pair of synapsed homologous chromosome is called bivalent or tetrad. However, these are more clearly visible at the next stage. The first 2 stages of prophase 1 are relatively short-lived compared to next stage, that is pachydine. During this stage, the 4 chromatids of each bivalent chromosome becomes distinct and clearly appears as tetrads. This stage is characterized by the appearance of recombination nodules, the sites at which crossing over occurs between non-sister chromatids of the homologous chromosomes. Crossing over is the exchange of genetic material between 2 homologous chromosomes. Crossing over is also an enzyme-mediated process, and the enzyme involved is called recombinase. Crossing over leads to recombination of genetic material on the 2 chromosomes. Recombination between homologous chromosome is completed by the end of pachydine, leaving the chromosome linked at the site of crossing over. The beginning of diplotene is recognized by the dissolution of the synaptonemal complex and the tendency of the recombined homologous chromosome of the bivalents to separate from each other except at sites of crossover. These X-shaped structures are called chiasmata. In oocytes of some vertebrates, diplotene can last for months or years. The final stage of meiosis, prophase 1, is dikinesis. This is marked by terminalization of chiasmata. During this phase, the chromosomes are fully condensed and the meiotic spindle is assembled to prepare the homologous chromosomes for separation. By the end of dikinesis, the nucleolus disappears and the nuclear envelope also breaks down. Dikinesis represents transition to metaphase. Metaphase 1. Now metaphase 1, the bivalent chromosomes align on the equatorial plate. The microtubules from the opposite poles of the spindle attach to kinetochore of the homologous chromosomes. Okay. Then we have anaphase 1. The homologous chromosomes separate while sister chromatids remain associated as their centromeres. Telophase 1. The nuclear membrane and nucleolus reappears. Cytokinesis follows, and this is called as diet cells. Please like the session of Neetshala, and this is your host Suyeshi Vineet. Although in many cases the chromosomes do undergo some dispersion, they do not reach the extremely extended state of interphase nucleus. The stage between the 2 meiotic division is called interkinesis and is generally short-lived. There is no replication of DNA during interkinesis. Interkinesis is followed by prophase 2, a much simpler prophase than prophase 1. Meiosis 2. Prophase 2. Meiosis 2 is initiated immediately after cytokinesis, usually before the chromosomes are fully elongated. In contrast to meiosis 1, meiosis 2 resembles a normal mitosis. The nuclear membrane disappears by the end of prophase 2. The chromosomes again become compact. Metaphase 2. At this stage, the chromosomes align at the equator and the microtubules from the opposite poles of the spindle get attached to the kinetochores of sister chromatids. Anaphase 2. It begins with the simultaneous splitting of the centromere of each chromosome, which was holding the sister chromatids together, allowing them to move toward opposite poles of the cell by shortening of microtubules attached to kinetochores. You can see this figure in stages of meiosis 2. Telophase 2. Meiosis 2 ends with telophase 2, in which the two groups of chromosomes once again get enclosed by a nuclear envelope. Cytokinesis follows, resulting in the formation of tetrad of cell, that is 4 haploid daughter cells. Significance of meiosis. Meiosis is the mechanism by which conservation of specific chromosome number of each species is achieved across generations in sexually reproducing organisms. Even though the process per second, it paradoxically results in reduction of chromosome number by half. It also increases the genetic viability in the population of organism from one generation to next. Variations are very important for the process of evolution. And with this, we come to an end of this chapter, cell cycle and cell division. So please do like, share, subscribe to Neetchala, but above all, do utilize this audio clip the most. Hear one chapter daily before you sleep. Okay, no need to see the mobile screens. Avoid giving strain to your eyes and just give a little bit of pain to your ears. Okay, so take care. Wish you all the very best. Love from Neetchala.